Are you playing the game, or is the game playing you? Most people drift through life without ever realizing they are merely pawns in someone's plan. We often live in a state of reaction, responding to external pressures and societal expectations, rather than building the reality we actually want to inhabit daily. The structure of your current life might be more fragile than you think, waiting for a single moment of realization to bring the whole thing down. To truly master the game, you must first understand that the board is set against you by default, and your moves have been largely predictable until now. The person you see in the mirror is often just a delayed echo of past habits, a ghost of who you were taught to be by others. This is the start of your journey through 6 stages of transformation, moving from the depths of insecurity toward a state of ultimate, unshakable inner power. Stage 1 is defined by the mask of insecurity. You walk through the world trying to fit in, desperately seeking validation from people who do not care. You wear a persona designed to please everyone, but in doing so, you lose the core of your own identity to the noise of the crowd. The pressure to conform becomes a heavy weight, an invisible cage that limits your potential and keeps you playing a role that was never meant for you. Then comes stage 2, the pain of awakening. This is the moment when the frustration of living a lie finally becomes too much for you to bear. Your body and mind begin to rebel against the falseness. The discomfort you feel isn't a mistake. It is a vital signal that change is now mandatory. Pain is the catalyst for growth. Without this sharp sting of realization, you would remain comfortable in your mediocrity forever, never seeking a way to escape. You realize that the opinion of the collective is a hollow prize. The awakening is brutal because it strips away the safety of your old delusions. The mask begins to crack. You can no longer pretend that you are satisfied with the crumbs of approval offered by a world that does not know you. The transition is violent and sudden. Like glass breaking, your old perception of reality is falling apart, leaving you exposed to the truth of your existence. Every lie you told yourself about who you were is now lying on the floor, in pieces. It is frightening, but it is also deeply necessary. To build something new, you must allow the old structure to be completely destroyed. The pain you feel is the sound of your chains finally breaking. Stage 3 is the total collapse of the ego. Everything you thought defined you, your status, your fears, your past, is being carried away by the wind. You must face the void. When the ego dies, there is a period of profound emptiness where you feel lost, disconnected from your old, false self. This is not a loss of self, but a clearing of the ground. The ego was a parasite that fed on your insecurity and kept you small. Stop trying to hold on to the pieces of who you used to be. Let them go. The more you fight the collapse, the longer the suffering lasts. In this silence, you find a terrifying freedom. Without the ego's constant demands for attention, you are finally able to hear the truth of your soul. The darkness is not your enemy. It is a womb. You are being reborn into a version of yourself that does not require external validation to exist. This is the lowest point, but it is also the most stable. From the bottom, there is nowhere else to go but toward a new light. A single realization begins to ripple through your mind. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. And you are not your past mistakes. The clarity of the water represents the clarity of your new mind. The noise has stopped, and for the first time, you can see clearly the collapse is complete. The stage is set for a new operating system to be installed, one based on truth rather than the fear of others. Stage 4 is where you reclaim absolute control. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your own destiny once again. You accept total responsibility for everything in your life. No more blaming parents, society, or bad luck for the position you find yourself in today. Responsibility is the foundation of power. When you own your failures, you also gain the exclusive right to own your future successes and your ultimate triumphs. The shift in mindset is total. You no longer ask for permission to be great, you simply begin the work required to achieve your highest potential. You are drafting the blueprint for your new life. Every word is a commitment, every sentence a brick in the fortress of your new, stronger identity. Clarity is power. By defining exactly what you want, you eliminate the distractions that used to pull you in 1,000 different directions every single day. The script of your life is no longer being written by others. You have taken the pen and you are writing the most important story ever. A new fire has been lit within you. It is small at first, but it is steady, burning away the last remnants of your previous self-doubt. This inner heat is the source of your drive. It doesn't rely on outside motivation. It is self-sustaining, powered by your own will and your vision. You have become the master of your own internal state. The outside world can no longer extinguish the fire you have built inside your own mind. Stage 5 is tactical silence. You have learned that the loudest person in the room is often the weakest, and that true power is quiet. You observe everything, but react to nothing. You process information through a filter of strategy rather than emotion, giving you a massive advantage over everyone. Silence is your greatest weapon. When you stop talking, you start listening. When you stop reacting, you start controlling the flow of every single interaction. Every action you take is now deliberate. There is no wasted motion, no unnecessary words, and no energy spent on things that do not serve you. You enter a period of intense, disciplined refinement. You are honing your skills, sharpening your mind, and strengthening your body with a relentless and focused intensity. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You have fallen in love with the process of becoming better, regardless of how difficult it feels. Knowledge is the fuel for your new power. You are building a mental library of strategies and insights that will allow you to navigate any challenge. In the chaos of the modern world, your ability to remain calm and focused is a superpower that very few people will ever truly possess. You have embraced the solitude of the leader. You are no longer part of the herd. You have found the strength to stand completely alone. There is a quiet majesty in self-reliance. You do not fear being alone because you are finally at peace with the person you have truly become. The wolf does not seek approval from the sheep. Your power comes from within, and it is validated only by your own results and internal peace. Stage 6 is ultimate inner power. You have arrived at a state of being where the external world can no longer dictate your internal reality. Your presence alone commands respect, not because you demand it, but because you possess a level of self-assurance that is undeniable and completely natural. You are the master of the game. Now, you see the patterns, you see the moves, and you are always several steps ahead of the competition. The fear of failure has vanished, replaced by a deep understanding that every outcome is simply data to be used for your next strategic move. You are no longer playing by the rules that were handed to you. You are creating the rules for everyone else to follow in your wake. True power is the ability to walk away from anything that no longer serves your purpose. You are completely free from the need for external validation. Your internal world is a fortress that nothing can penetrate. You have achieved the ultimate goal, the mastery of your own mind and your destiny. Conflict no longer upsets you. You meet every challenge with a smile, knowing that you have the internal resources to overcome any obstacle in your path. You are the still point in a turning world. Your power is not loud or aggressive. It is a quiet, unstoppable force of nature itself. Reality itself seems to bend to your will. When you are in total alignment with yourself, the world has no choice but to follow your lead. The game is yours. You have transcended the limitations of your old self and entered a new dimension of influence and personal, unstoppable power. You have realized that the game was never about defeating others. It was always about the war within yourself, and you have finally won it. You are the master. You are the player. You are the architect. This is the ultimate stage of human psychological and spiritual evolution and growth. Reflect on where you are in this journey. Whether you are at the beginning or the end, the path forward is always through the truth. Remember these stages. They are the map to your freedom. They are the steps you must take to reclaim your life and your sovereign identity. The light you were searching for outside was always buried deep within you. You just had to be brave enough to burn away the darkness. True freedom is the result of your discipline. It is the reward for facing the mirror and refusing to look away until you saw the truth. Your journey is unique, but the destination is universal. The absolute realization of your own power and the courage to live it out fully. Transformation is a painful process, but it is the only price for true freedom. Are you finally ready to take control and master the game? The journey starts today. The journey starts with a single decision. Step into your power and never look back. The game has just begun.